Abstinence has gotten a bad rap over the past few years. Society has made it so that students have to choose to be completely abstinent or not be abstinent at all. However, students are choosing to define abstinence in their own way, so let's go find out what they're saying. So, how do you define abstinence?
Basically respecting yourself and not trying to give away what you have secret to you.
I would say abstinence is choosing to hold off on having sex or any kind of sexual relations with another person until you're married or until you found someone that you're going to be committed to for a very long time.
I define abstinence as abstaining from anything for a distinct amount of time. So that means that you can have partaken in any type of activity or attitudes in the past, but then you set aside a time that you decide not to do them.
Why do you think people choose to be abstinent?
I think it's often like a personal choice.
Social reasons, if they feel like it's promiscuous or society doesn't believe in it.
It's a lot safer to abstain from sex. You don't have to worry about any kinds of STDs or STIs. Getting pregnant, yeah.
I think it's a lot more complicated than we think. I think a lot of it is like a moral thing, but at the same time, part of the moral thing is some people are doing it just because of what they've been told, and they've been just being good at obeying that. Other people have, through themselves, they really do want to not partake in that.
Physically, do you define abstinence, abstaining from all kinds of sex, or just a few forms of sex, like oral sex, anal sex?
I think it would be smarter to put it off from all types of sex, because then you're just, it's not really holding off everything if you're just going to do halfway.
I don't know, I guess I never really thought about it that much, but I guess intercourse would seem like what abstinence is.
I guess my view of it is refrain from having vaginal sexual intercourse. I guess other things are okay, but just refrain from that is abstinence.
To be abstinent is going to keep you from getting STIs and STDs. So refraining from any sort of contact that's going to put you at risk for those, I think that's abstaining.
Even if it's like oral sex or something, it could be a gateway to actually having sex.
Are there challenges to being abstinent from sex?
I think definitely, especially in today's society with the media is kind of everywhere saying that sex is fun, sex is cool, it feels good, and everyone wants to do it. And if you've chosen to be abstinent, it might be hard if your peers are engaging in sexual activity.
I think also just if you make the personal commitment to be abstinent, that is a hard thing to deal with, just going through personal development as a person and dealing with your sexuality as well.
If it's one of those things that you really want to do yourself, it's your choice and you don't until you're married or whatever, then you're gonna feel good about that.
There's benefits as far as their mental health as well. They may not be ready for sex in their own minds and that sort of thing.
And if someone is in emotional relationships, do they have to be sexually active?
They don't have to. I think it's healthy though.
Okay.
I think that if you're in a relationship you can trust and you trust somebody enough that way, I think that that's okay. I don't have a problem with that.
When you're ready, you'll know. It's not something you can just be like, aha, I'm ready to be unabstinent now, but it's a moment thing.
So how does society view abstinence?
It's tricky. I think in the younger settings and educational settings, it's often seen as the way to go. And then you get to the point where no one has really learned the proper ways to go about having sexual activities and communicating about them, so then people want to engage in them and they haven't learned the facts.
People kind of look down upon it, you might have a general group of people, your friends or whatever, like look down upon abstinence because sex has some kind of like status to it.
I just think the media portrays it differently. Like videos and movies and everything portray sex as a good thing, so everyone wants to do it and everything.
Our society is kind of like a dichotomy. It's like you're supposed to be abstinent and like it's a bad thing to be, at least for women, to be really sexually active. But then on the other hand, you're supposed to be like all experienced and stuff. You're supposed to have this some kind of like sexual knowledge by the time you get married. So, and like to be happy, and you're supposed to find the right partner, and you're supposed to be compatible in all these different ways. And I just don't think that that's something you can find out from being completely abstinent.
It's something that society as a whole feels that there needs to be more of because of all of the exposure we've had to STDs or STIs and pregnancy.
You're not losing anything. You're just not putting yourself at risk for other things.